I thought I'd show you my keto food. I'm very fussy regarding food. I'm not very adventurous, so I'm very limited to what I can eat and make, and it's very repetitive. So this is basically my breakfast. So this is 2 little eggs fried up in coconut oil, which is a new thing for me. I usually do extra virgin olive oil, or poach them, but this is quite nice. And this is then sliced Wiltshire ham. So a few slices of Wiltshire ham and eggs, which I find taste a lot nicer. It's not so fatty than having the bacon and the eggs. Other things, I'll show you what I've just had a delivery of food, so I'll show you what my meals are going to be. Let's go into the kitchen cupboard. New spirit. Right, bear with me while I just open the door. So I keep a few things. I have no fridge, so I just have a very cold, wet cupboard in the van. And then I use the bungalow and freeze everything else. I put it in the fridge in there. So obviously eggs, lots and lots of eggs. Bacon, it's very cheap in the corner shop, only £1 for like 4 rashers, so that keeps me going. Heck sausages, because obviously very high meat content. So that'd be a couple of them for breakfast or a couple of them for the evening meal. Bacon chops are absolutely awesome. To save most of the boat with rashers of bacon, I can have one of these big chops, it's like a gammon steak, for an evening meal, or with my eggs in the morning. There we go, so we've got bacon, sausage, eggs, ham. In there I have cheese. This is my cheese box, a little cold box. So I have cheddar cheese and feta cheese and mature white cheddar. I also like to have double Gloucester as well, that's, or red Leicester, something like that. That's quite nice for me as well. And that's based with the cheese. I just basically eat chunks of it when I'm hungry. Along with celery. Celery is like more of a snack, just nibble on. I've got onions and carrots. I have chicken legs, which I'll cook up for an evening meal. They're in the bungalow to keep cold rather than have them in here. Then as a treat, I can't have Activia. That's actually not allowed. That was obviously on my previous diet when I was allowed to go on the low carb. So we have raspberries. I'm not allowed tangerines apparently, so raspberries go in my double cream for my treat. And then I've got some runny double cream. So extra thick double cream goes in my raspberries for my treat. And then I have extra thick double cream to go in my coffee, because you're not allowed to have milk. You've got to go, for the high fat. Then I pre-boiled some hard-boiled eggs there to also nibble on as well. So in the morning, and then there's things like tuna. Tuna I can eat with just on its own, or with some lettuce or something. But the cats like the tuna. That's just something I'm allowed to have. But it is very basic. Then so for the evening meal, like I say, I usually have a chicken leg, or I can have things like minced beef on its own. I don't have anything with it. I've got I do have some mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables in the freezer in the bungalow. So anything from carrots with the chicken, or mixed veg with the chicken, or I love runner beans tossed in butter, but they've sold out of them. So I've got some Brussels sprouts. So Brussels sprouts with butter with my chicken leg. Or whatever sort of vegetables are available, but you're limited to what you can have. It's like the fruits. Yesterday I was going through the fruits. I'm not allowed banana, I'm not allowed tangerines, and I don't like things like raspberries and strawberries, not even allowed strawberries. So this is something I'm going to try, but the cream's nice, but it's just adapting to the palate. But it's obviously, any sort of meat steak. I love beef steaks, so a beef steak would be had in the evening, but I can't afford them at the moment, so I just get some chicken in. So basically there'd be like the 2 meals. You have the breakfast of like the ham and eggs, or the bacon and eggs, or the sausage and eggs, something with eggs. Your main meal in the evening, which would be chicken or a steak with some vegetables. And then a snack during the day, where maybe a couple of cooked sausages or a couple of cooked eggs, some celery and cheese, or just a lump of cheese on its own, or even another portion of ham and eggs or something. But that's about it. That's what I've got to go through. Then I have coffee and fruit juice again, not allowed. I didn't realise that. So I've got to be quite strict at the moment. Drinks wise, I'm going with the cherries and berries squash. That's hopefully going to help me get some liquid down me. Coffee, it's just granules. I don't like coffee, so I choose a pinch of granules in between my fingers with hot water, and then not milk at the moment. I've got to use that milk cup with the cream. Lemon juice. I'm actually buying fresh lemons. I've got the lemon juice, so I'll have a lemon juice and water. And then also my supplements. This is going cold. Better eat this. Bear with me. falling down. Supplements, apple cider vinegar and mother I've just bought in. I did like the gummies, but I've eaten them up and I can't afford £8 a go. So I'm going to try some of that in with my lemon water. There's my squash, and then I have my evening primrose oil for mood, vitamin D3 and magnesium. Obviously I've got to find some more. Ginger cordial is an option for the squash. Generally don't have it, but that's also been going through a cold, so that's been helping me to sort of get a bit of ginger in me. And I tend to drink out of the glass bottle rather than plastic, because it's better for you. And then my big love for my snacks is porky scratchings or pork rinds, which I absolutely love, and I can eat like sort of 2 or 3 packets at a time, so I've got to go reduce them down a bit, but at least it is a really nice thing. Basically you can eat any meat, and then meat, eggs and tiny bit of veg, tiny bit of fruit, and that's what I'm eating for my keto. So it's very, very plain, and what I'll do is I'll take some pictures of the meals as I make them. So here's my evening meal. It's chicken legs with frozen cabbage, Brussels sprouts, mixed veg and a knob of butter and Himalayan salt. So this morning I'm going for an all-meat breakfast. So we've got hexacorns on. So hexacorns are 80% meat, so they're ideal for keto. Can't have tomato sausages obviously because they are processed, but they are allowed. So this is what I have for my midnight snack. That isn't midnight, like the evening meal, just nibble on, just a say a matchstick size of cheese, about an ounce, but that's my cheddar cheese. And then the other snack I have, so I like salt. Feta is quite salty, so I have celery and feta in just a finger bowl that I can just nibble at when I'm on the computer or watching TV of an evening. So that's actually becoming like my third meal. I'm having like 2 meals, and it's supposed to have 3 meals and a snack, but I'm having like two cooked meals. Obviously a cooked breakfast, brunch, and then like sort of an afternoon evening meal, and then I'll have the cheese snack to finish off with an evening, and this would be in between if I needed anything else. I actually haven't needed this the last few days. I've gone for the bigger meal, same as today. I'm going to have like a bigger sausage breakfast. So all the calories are controlled and everything, and on my app, and I actually use, if you want to know what app I'm using, then please feel free to get in touch. But yeah, this is what my snack would be. So it's very difficult being limited on foods, but I'm surviving and enjoying it. So I'm just prepping my evening meal, afternoon meal. I'm going to be doing minced beef today. So this is sliced onion with sage, rosemary and garlic doubled in. Just kind of a bit more adventurous than normal. I'm going to fry the meat, put a bit of beef gravy granules in, and then I'll have some veg with it. So I'll probably do cabbage, carrots and Brussels sprouts or something. This is what I've been working on lately. Excuse the light. I'm getting plain boxes and I'm going to be painting them. This is wet at the moment. This is my Tree of Life one. And it's just drying, and inside you see I've got my energy artwork in there. So that's all going to dry now. And then I'm going to varnish it. And the outside we've got green. And the other side, the back. Excuse me, it's wet at the moment, so be a bit careful with it. Got a black back. I haven't done underneath yet. I might just leave the underneath plain. Secondly, have a sticker on it and sign it off. And there we go. So that's what my next project's going to be doing for stuff I can sell. Hand-painted, varnished boxes, which can be memory boxes or altar boxes, or put all sorts of things in. There we go, here's my first one.